Okay. All right. We are joined by head women's soccer coach Nikki Izzo-Brown this morning. Coach, if you just want to start us off with a quick opening statement, previewing the 30th year of WVU women's soccer, then we will open it up to questions.
Yeah, it's an exciting milestone year, being able to be part of the program for 30 years and to celebrate this is something that I'm very proud of and very grateful for. And then kicking off the 226 season with such a exceptional opponent in Dayton, who obviously made a run in the NCAA tournament last year. We know we got our hands full.
All right. We will open it up to questions. Just a reminder to use the raise hand feature when you're ready.
Um, you know what? I can't find the raise hand feature. Where is that?
Uh,
Olivia. I can
you know
never
what,
find
John,
it.
you go ahead.
Come
All
on,
right,
John.
I'm sorry. Let me get this back to where I was here. Coach, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Very exciting. Very exciting to have you do this. I really appreciate the communication with all of us, WV Sports Nation. My first question is you got a 30-year legacy. Just tell us about some of your roster changes and what is going to be a little bit different about this season than 2025.
Well, obviously Taylor White, who was selected to Louisville in the NWSL, and she was our leading goal scorer. So that one's definitely going to be different. And losing her and her production is huge. You know, we lose Ajane, Rest Pass also up top. So our forward line will be a little bit different. Um, with that being said, you're going to get back Jordan Wilson, who was hurt last season. So we feel that Jordan will be a great person to step in with experience and help us there. And then we had Roxanne Villain, who is also playing pro over in France. So we've lost two pros, but we feel like we have returners that are ready to step in and be impactful and really know their role and do it well.
Thank you.
Oh, Kevin, you can go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
How's that?
We can hear you.
Okay. Hey, coach, have you ever had a game canceled by syrup before?
I'm sorry, by the storm, by the
No, by
storm is.
syrup. I understand the truck that, or the van, the
Oh
bus that was bringing your team up was waylaid by a truck wreck that was carrying syrup.
That was
no, but
that was the men's team's game yesterday
Oh, it
that
was
was
men's.
canceled.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All right. Got bad information on that. All righty.
that's okay. I would have
Okay.
brought I would have brought pancakes. That's what I would have done.
Gotcha.
But with all that being said, Kevin, on our way home, we've had buses break down and we've had buses get stuck in parking lots. But I have not dealt with syrup. But if I did, I'd pancake my way out.
What did you learn about your team in the one exhibition game that you did play that you might not have had a great handle on in the preseason?
I just, who really understood their role and was ready to step in and make sure that they did it efficiently. And I think just everyone's got a job to do, and just really seeing how players would respond to a tough opponent like Pitt and step up in that role.
Coach, give us a little insight on this whole new NIL procedure. What's going on with the NCAA? There's no really controls here, and I know that West Virginia had a record year in raising money, uh, and has that trickled down to women's soccer? Have you had some more resources, and how has that worked in with your overall recruiting, coach?
Yeah, I mean, there for sure. Generally speaking, in women's soccer, like any other sport, there's teams that have an immense amount of NIL, rev share money, NIL money, however you want to look at that. Um, so That has definitely changed the dynamic of sport in general. As we know, the ones that pay the players the most could potentially be the most successful. For us, yes, we have a team of people that are trying to put us on that platform, and that's really important. And it's something that, my last decade of coaching or last 3 years of coaching is something I'm recognizing as very important. So I know Ren is doing everything he can to make sure that we get to somewhat of an equal playing field, which gets complicated, but we progress is ahead.
Thank you.
Justin Jackson, you can go ahead.
Coach, how you doing?
Good, Justin. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Hey, I'm with you on the pancakes.
That's right. Pancake out.
Hey, I'm looking at Anna and Naima, I believe is how you pronounce her name.
Yep.
All the preseason first team, Big 12, all Big 12, and they're both from Canada. You've had a lot of success with Canadian recruits in the past. Obviously, Kadisha and Ashley from years ago stand out. I'm just kind of wondering, is there any kind of comparison with the two that you have now compared to, some of the other Canadian standouts you've had in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's tough to compare to Kadisha and Ashley because
Sure.
they've just impacted at the next level, the pro level, obviously. But both these two Canadians have the potential to do that, in their own way and in their own talented way. So I do think that you're going to see both of them impact the season here at West Virginia and then beyond. So we're really thrilled that both of them work their talent. Anyways, it will be interesting. I hate comparing players,
Yeah.
but I think in their own game, they're just as talented but different.
Obviously, Canada, you've, scouted, recruited for years. Is it just as easy to recruit Canadian players as it once was? Is it becoming more difficult? Is the skill level still there? Has it changed over the years?
I think what's happened is people have seen how successful we've been
Yeah.
with Canadians, so other teams have stolen our secret. So it's not a secret anymore. And look, if you're from Toronto, it's only 5.5 hours here, maybe six.
Yeah.
So that was the start of it, where we really thought that that would be a great opportunity for kids to drive here and be close. But we also identified the development of Canadians very similar to how we develop here, and that it would be an easy fit, and it still is.
Thank you, Coach.
Greg Carey, you can go ahead.
Good morning, Nikki.
Hi, Greg.
Just curious, I think six of your guys' first eight matches are at home, and then after that, only four the rest of the way. So, how important is it to protect home field over the first 4 to 5 weeks of the season?
It's really important, especially when you start thinking about the NCAA tournament and how important winning at home is. So we don't take that for granted, and we know that pressure is going to be a privilege, and that pressure to win at home is going to be there. So it's very important for us to defend Delesk and do everything we can to get those points and those wins at home.
Ryan Decker, go ahead.
Nikki, how are you?
Good, Ryan. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I got two for you. First one is Bailey Herfurth, your keeper. She gets some preseason recognition as well. Can you just speak to her, I guess, maturation over the last couple of years since she's entered the program and what she's kind of done here over the last, just say, 12 months or so to separate herself
Yeah.
from others within the program as well?
Yeah, we were super excited to get her transfer from LSU, and when she came in, obviously there's always an acclimation. She was a backup there, and we brought her to be the number one, and she's just it's just been this kind of development for us, and the impact and the confidence that she brought for us and her job as a goalkeeper to get those shutouts last year and to if anything, win us the games was so important. So Bailey is a huge anchor coach for what we want to do this season, and she's all in, and we're real excited to see what kind of senior campaign she brings to the table.
And with how her playing time is kind of ebbed and flowed over time, I mean, mentally, it seems like she's had to be all in the whole time, or else she probably isn't in this
Yeah,
spot, right?
for sure, for sure. And at this level, you have to be resilient and you have to understand that it's a tier one competitor at heart. So every day you have to bring that mentality, and that's something that Bailey has had to focus on. And it's not always easy, when the days that she wasn't starting, to when look at starting's hard, being a backup's hard. So you got to be able to deal with both pressures, and I think Bailey's done it well.
Sorry, this year you guys are honoring the history of the program and doing a lot of things to honor the past. Just why is it important to take a look back at what you all have accomplished over the years, and maybe what are one or two things you're most proud of that this program has been able to do over your time here?
Yeah, it's incredible, and it's so important to celebrate every player, every staff member, everybody that has had a hand in the success of the program. And it never just takes one person. It takes an incredible hardworking village. And it's so important to finally look back at the program. I think there's going to be some milestones, right? We finally, when we're in the Big East, we finally beat Notre Dame, who was a national champion, two-time national champion. That was huge. Then you look and we beat the number one team in the country, which was Stanford. And I think they didn't lose a game in like 36 regular season matches. And we go up to Penn State, we beat them. So, you'll see that. And then, like you said, we have Olympic gold medalists, we have World Cup participants. So those are all big milestones that not every program gets to celebrate. And then when we went, unfortunately, to the national championship game and lost, and we were the runners up, that's something to think about. And then all the 18 conference championships, because winning is not easy.
All right, Kevin, you can go ahead. Kevin, I think you're muted again, or your sound isn't working because now you're muted. Nope.
What did you want to ask?
About the schedule. She learned anything about making a schedule that goes into what they did this year?
Okay, so Kevin's question, sorry, we're all sitting here beside each other. His question is kind of like, what have you learned about making a schedule, and I guess what lessons learned from the past have gone into making this year's schedule?
Yeah, there's absolutely a science to it. There's must-win games. Then there's games that maybe you can fumble, but non-conference especially, you got to win five of them for sure. And then maybe you can fumble a little bit here and there. And a lot of it will depend on our conference schedule, away and home, and having that balance. So, we definitely need the RPI points. We definitely need wins. So we want to make sure that scheduling at the top is done right to start off the season and put us in a position to have success. And then after that, it's up to us to get the job done.
Justin, go ahead.
Coach, 30 years with the program, does that seem like a long time, or does it seem like it was just yesterday you were a rookie head coach? Did was there any way, going back then you thought, oh, I'll be here 30 years? I mean, that's
Hey,
that's
hey,
quite a
the
lot.
only differences are these glasses. That's it. I still got it. No, I mean, look at all of a sudden it goes quick. We would say that as you get to this point in years accumulated, or years accumulated in age, right? But what I've said to everybody, you know, I- I would have never thought I'd be sitting here going, "Oh, I've been here 31 years coaching a team 30."
Yeah.
I think that's always hard to say, but what I tell everybody is that I'm the most enthusiastic as I've ever been when I was in the 1995 team to when I'm now, and then when I'm not, then I got to figure that out.
All right. Our last question is going to come from Quinn Roby.
Hey, coach. So not only
Quinn.
did Bailey get some recognition, but Naima and Anna also got recognition. How big is that for you guys going in? You lose Taylor, so you lose your leading goal scorer. How big is that?
Yeah, and I should have said Maddie. We also lost Maddie Levy, who was a Herman Trophy watch list too. So we've taken some attacking hits to graduation and injury, but it's just for people to recognize how talented they are. We believe it is an opportunity for them to represent all of us. So we feel that it's a great representation, not only for them, but our team. And then you can keep going athletic department, and then obviously our university. So we don't take those nominations or those, those early nominations lightly. We're very proud of them and understand that other coaches or committees have recognized their talent.
All right, Ryan Decker, one last question.
Coach, just want to make sure I didn't mishear you or something. Did you say Maddie Levy not with the team?
Yeah, she's injured. She did her ACL this spring.
Okay, so she won't be able to play then.
No,
Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. I might have
it's
missed
okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. We kept it a secret for as long as we could, but it's out and about now.
All right, we will wrap it up there. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
Thanks everybody for coming. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.